Hi, welcome once again to the Carpenter Shop. That's that place that we go to. That is the same place that Jesus would have gone to as he grew up as a child. It was in the Carpenter Shop they learned to do some things that gave him the skills to function in life just a little bit better. He learned some life lessons that he was able to apply in his ministry as he walked outside those doors. It's a place where Joseph, his father, was able to pour into him as his earthly father to reinforce and to strengthen who Jesus was as Jesus stepped into the fullness of being God in the world around him. It's a place where Jesus grew up. It's a place where we grow up. And today we go to the book of Colossians, chapter 4, verse 3. It says, "Meanwhile, pray also for us that God would open to us a door for the word to speak of the mystery of Christ, for which I am also in chains." Paul writes this as a prisoner. He's been called by God to preach. And his expectations were that God was going to give him those opportunities. And so he saw those opportunities as an open door. Now, as soon as Paul would see a door opening, he went through it in full faith that God was going to give him that moment, that stage, that platform, because he had something to share in those places. Do you face life that way? I mean, do you get up in the morning and say, God, today, give me the opportunity, give me an open door, give me that ray of sunshine, that crack of light that I need. And when I see it, I'm going to step into it so I can share my faith and share with others who you are and how you work. As you look at the life of Paul, you find out that in his life, he was always striving to get it right. Now, here's the good news. He didn't always get it right. One of the most amusing things about Paul's journey was that there was a period in his life where every time he tried to go one direction, God was telling him to go in another direction. And Paul would try to move in another direction, all of a sudden God was trying to get him to go somewhere else. At the end of the day, Paul got to where God wanted him to be. But it doesn't mean that it was always real clear. And so when I share with you this idea that God, please open the doors for me, I'm not saying that it's always going to necessarily be easy, but on your part, there needs to be a willingness to step into every environment that God places you and be willing to share who he is and what he's done. If you can get to that point in your prayer life, that's a huge step forward in growth, and you're going to discover ministry opportunities that you never knew existed. And when you're faithful to those, God will take those and bless those and do incredible things with them. So, pray and ask God for those open doors. Pray and ask God for those opportunities. And as he gives them to you, step through them and seize the day, if you will, for Jesus. I look forward to joining you next time here in the walls of the Carpenter Shop.